Hello students, today in this session we'll continue about the strings used in Python. Okay, so we are discussing about the string manipulations. So what is a string? First let us discuss. A group of characters. Characters means maybe digits or maybe alphabets or maybe any special characters. Okay, a group of characters forms within double quotes. When we are writing, it is known as string. Okay, a group of characters contains maybe numbers, maybe alphabets, maybe special symbols, whatever. So that can be written within double quotes or single quotes or triple quotes also. So it is known as string. So now we'll discuss the different things are there, different functions are there. We'll discuss now one by one here. One is the traversing. What is traversing? Just I'll tell you. Next is string operators. Next one is string slices, and next one is string functions and method. So what are the various things are these 4 points we'll discuss here. So these 4 points how we are using in Python programming. Okay, so I'll tell you one by one in details, and also side by side I'll tell you about by doing the practicals also. So let us start. So students, first we'll discuss the traversing. So what do you mean by traversing? Separating each and every characters from a string is known as the traversing. That means individual characters position. We can separate each and every characters by the help of their positions. That positions is known as the index. Already I have told you in the previous chapters also. When we are writing a string, suppose I am one example I have given here. I have written a string here. You see, that is called the Arnold. Okay. I have written here that is called the Arnold. So name equal to Arnold it is given means the first index number of Arnold will be, here it will be 0, here it will be 0, then it will be 1, then it is 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. And the similar way from the right side, right to left when we are writing, so it will be that is -1, this is -2, -3, -4, -5 and -6. Okay, it is immutable type, means non-modifiable. And when we are writing this one, we have to separate. When we are separating the characters according to their index number, it is known as the traversing. Okay, so one examples I have given, just you see, name equal to Arnold I have written. Now I have written a loop here. What is the loop here? For ch in name. Okay, for ch, that is a loop we have taken. Already we have discussed the looping methods in the previous chapters. And print ch in name means individual letters will be stored in ch, and now we'll print the ch one by one. So how to print it? So I am writing here print ch, then after that one hyphen I have written. After writing the hyphen I have written end equal to end equal to one double quotes, one space I have given. That means each character will be separated by one space having ch, then one bar will come, one hyphen will come. So what will the output of this one? Let us see. The output will be a hyphen r n o l d and s. Okay, and each after this space means each character will be printed in the same line. But if you will not write like that, it may come in the that is next line also. But it will be printed in the same line, having one character. It's having one space after each and every characters. So the output will be each character, after each character one hyphen, then one space, then hyphen, then character hyphen one space. Like that it will be printed. So this is known as the traversing. Okay, I hope traversing the string you understood, students. Already I have told you just to separate the characters. So by using the functions or how to separate the characters in Python's using the string programs. So I am showing you here. So once let us start one small coding, the practical sessions. So I am showing you how to, by doing a programs, how to separate the how to separate the characters. So let us start a practical session. So the one questions is there. Display the word example Arnold in reverse order. In there following format. Okay, we have to do it in reverse order. So reverse order means one by one character will separate. So first we are inputting a string here. After that we'll find its length. S value we are storing -1, and in the range we are taking the value that is 0 to L, means 0 to length. So length means -1. So one example we are taking, suppose Arnold, ARNOLDS, Arnolds I am taking one string. So for left side if you will take, that is from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The index number will starting from 0 till it will be 6, but the number of characters means it is 7. So from the right onwards, if you want to say the index number, it will be from -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, then -6 and -7. Okay, so now if we'll write print s1 of I, s1 of I means I value is 0, so A will be printed. In the similar way, if I am writing s1 of A1, okay, L means that is length, s1 of that is A value already it is given, that is -1, so -1 means that is S. Okay, so the answer will be A, and in reverse order side it is given S. So first it will be printed A, and at the side by side S will be printed. Okay, in the similar way, second one, first A will be printed and the side by side S will be printed. In the similar case, next time when I will be increased to 1, A equal to A minus 1, A equal to A minus 1, -1 means -2. So now next time I value will be 1. When I value will be 1, so next R will be printed. Okay, and at the right side -2 means D will be printed. So in the similar way, ARNOLD means A with S, R with D, like that one by one character will be printed. So let us execute. So by pressing F5, it will ask you to save the programs. Now we'll execute, enter a string. I am writing here Arnolds, ARNOLDS. Now you see, press enter key. So this is your output. I hope students you understood these things. So let us see the next one. So students, now we'll discuss about the next topic, that is called string operators. So what are the different string operators we are using? Basic two string operators are there. The basic two string operators are, one is that is the plus sign, and one is that is called into sign. One is plus and one is into. So plus is known as the concatenation, that means joining two that means string together, concat. Okay, concatenation. And another one is that is the replications operator. That means we can replicate or we can write many times by the help of this multiplication sign. So I am showing you one example, just you see. Suppose I have given some examples here. I have written one word here plus another word. So when we are joining two words together by the help of the plus signs, so the output will come teapot. Teapot will be, that is one word only. It will be only one word, but by the help of this plus sign, the two words can be merged and we can form only one word. So that is the use of the plus operators. Second one example, you see, one is a numeric value, but I have written in double quotes, means it is a string form. And next is 38. 38 is also a string numeric variable, numeric constant, that is 38, but I have written within double quotes, means it is also a string constant now. So when we are adding this one, instead of 39, the output will come 138, because 1 is a string, 38 is a string. So this plus operator is used to merge two strings together. So output will be 138. Okay. Next come to the this is replication operator. In this case, replication operator, that into sign we can use. This sign is used to replicate or write the items or write the data so many times. Example, you see, ABC is a one word I have written here. So when I have written ABC into 2, so 2 times ABC will be printed without any gap. ABC and ABC. If I am writing 3, ABC, ABC, ABC. So in this way it will be printed. Next I have written 5 into @ sign. Doesn't matter whether you are writing 5 fast or this @ fast. So you can write which one is fast, that is no problem. So you can write this one also fast and this one also you can write in the second also. So 5 into means which string you are writing within the double quotes, that one will be replicated number of times according to the given numeric value. So numeric value is 5 here. So 5 into @ so at the rate should be 5 times. Okay. Similar way 1 into 3, 1 I have written, but if you write direct 1 into 3, so the output will be 3 only. 1 into 3 direct multiplication will be happened. But 1 I am writing within double quotes means it is a string now. So string maybe it will be replicated 3 times. So means 1 1 1. So the output will be triple times 1. So but this is not a numeric value, this is a string value, and whenever you want to use that one, you take as a string value, not a numeric value. And in this way we can write, we can use the different operators used in that is string. Okay. So now we'll discuss some more operators are there. The second operator is that is called the membership operator. The two operators we are using, the membership operators, and one is that is called the in and one is not in. One is in and not in. In means whether a characters or whether a group of characters present in a list or not. If it is present, the output will be in the boolean form, it is true, or not present, it will be the output will be false. In the similar way, just opposite of in, if not in, if it is not present, it will be true, and it will be means present, it will be false. Okay, so let us take one example. So example A in Aditya. I have written A in Aditya. This A letter is present in Aditya word or not? Yes, it is present, it is there. So the output will come, that is called true. Next, JAP. It is case sensitive, students. So case sensitive means uppercase, lowercase. It means it is different. So it checks whether you have written uppercase letter or lowercase letter. Next, JAP in Japan. Now you see this is present. So the output will be, that is called true. Now P not in Arnold. P not in Arnold means P is not present in Arnold. Yes, true. So it will be also, the output will be true. He not in hello, but this is present here. He is present. So he not in hello. No, it is there. That means the output will be false. Okay. So in this way we can use some membership operators here in Python programming. Okay, which is also that is a part of the operators, and we are using in string manipulations programs. Okay, students, next we'll discuss about the another type of operator, that is called comparison operators. Okay, so after membership operator, next one is the comparison operator. Comparison operator means just to compare two strings according to their positions. Okay, but remember, already I have told you, this is means it is case sensitive, so you have to take care of this one. Okay, so first in membership operators, in case of comparison operators, two strings will be checked alphabetically from the index, means from the first positions to the last positions. Okay, but before that you have to means know about the ASCII code of the characters. Okay, ASCII code of the characters means, I am just telling you, that small a to small z, it is 97 to 122. Okay, remember, capital A to capital Z, it is from 65 to 1, that is 65 to 90, it is from 65 to 90, and that is 0 to 9, this is 48 to 57. 0 to 9 means the digits are 48 to 57. You remember these things. So now we'll discuss. Now you see, example, A is equal to A. Yes, it is correct. So the output will be here, that is called true. XYZ is equal to XYZ, it is true. HE is equal to HE, but this E is small, this one is capital, that one it will be false. Small ABC not equal to ABC, correct, because small ABC is different from capital ABC, because already I have told you it is the case sensitive. So now it is true, it will be true. Okay, it is not equal, yes, it is true. Excluding these things, now we can use the less than and greater than sign also. You see, ABC less than ABC, the output will be, that is true. How the output will be true? Because A means what? Capital letter. Capital letter is beginning, that is starting from 65, but small a is starting from 97 according to their ASCII code, or you can say Unicode, okay, or we can say the ordinal. So according to that, a is 65 and small a is 97. So that means 65 is less than 97. That's why it will be true. Okay. The similar case, the second example you take, ABCD greater than ABCD. Now you see this ABC is equal to this ABC, but D is what? Small letter, that is 97, 98, 99, 100. But this one is 100. Which one? The small letter is 100 and this one is 65, 66, 67, 68. So obviously 100 is greater than 68. So that one will be true. Okay. So based on that value, based on this Unicode, that we can find its value. I hope students you understood these things. There are two functions are there. Okay, there are two functions are there just to find its ASCII value, that you can say that is the ordinal value, and also to convert the ordinal value to its character equivalent. So the two functions are, one is ORD. I am just showing you here, we are writing one is ORD. So this ORD means just to find the ordinal value. Just to get the ordinal value, we write the ORD. Then after that, write one characters. So example I am showing you. Example I am writing ORD, within bracket write A. So the output will come, that is 65. Output will come 65. In the similar way, if we want to convert to its character equivalent, so you write CHR. C should be small. You write CHR and within bracket write 65. That output will come A. Okay, the output will come A. So these two functions, inbuilt functions are there, that is from character to its ordinal value, or ASCII code or Unicode you can say, and this is called character CHR 65. We are writing, all should be in small letter, 65 when we are writing. So A is coming, that means ordinal value to its character value. Okay, hope students you understood these things. Next class we will discuss about the that is string slices. Okay, about the string slices we discuss. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.